You know how it is when you're dating? It's so easy to get caught up in all the talk and the promises. We've all been there, right? Wondering if the person you're with is actually reliable or if they're just really, really good at saying all the right things. How do you actually tell the difference?
Well, it turns out it might just come down to one simple question. In this explainer, we're going to break down a real world test that can reveal pretty much everything you need to know about a potential partner's true character long before you get in too deep. And to do that, we're going to dive into a story from a woman named Tara. As she says here, she's a single mom, and she found herself in a spot that I think a lot of us can probably relate to. She was dating around, just trying to figure out who was genuinely worth her time and, her heart. So Tara was talking to three different guys, and she kind of hit a crossroads. She was ready to stop playing the field and get serious, to really focus her energy on just one person. But the million-dollar question was, which one? Who was the right choice? Life has a funny way of making things crystal clear, doesn't it? The moment of truth for Tara didn't come from some fancy dinner date or a long, deep conversation. Nope. It came from a very real, very stressful crisis that every single parent fears. Her little 3-year-old daughter, Haley, got sick. So her need was super simple, and it was urgent. She couldn't leave her sick kid alone, obviously. So she sent the exact same text message to all three guys she was seeing. It was a really straightforward request. Can you please grab some kids' medicine from the pharmacy for me? A simple task, right? But oh man, it turned into the ultimate character test. Okay, so the responses from the first two guys, Mike and Will, wow, they were almost identical and just so revealing. Instead of offering to help, they immediately questioned her. Where's the baby daddy? Why can't your baby daddy do it? They didn't see a mom who needed help. They saw a situation to judge. They immediately deflected and made it somebody else's problem. And then there was Tim. His response? Well, it was silence. No questions fired back, no pushback, zero attitude. He didn't text her making excuses or asking for a million details. He just acted. This is the best part. Tim didn't just meet the bare minimum request, he completely anticipated what a mom with a sick kid would really need. He showed up with the medicine, of course, but he also brought Pedialyte for hydration, some fresh fruit, and get this, a cute little teddy bear for comfort. He didn't just solve a problem, he showed that he genuinely cared. And this whole experience gave Tara this huge moment of clarity, which she summed up perfectly with this quote. She realized that two of the guys wanted all the fun parts of a relationship, the privileges, but they weren't willing to step up for any of the actual responsibilities. Talk is cheap, but responsibility, that's an action. And that brings us to the core lesson we can all learn from her story. The show up test. It's not a game, it's not a trap you set for someone. It's just an authentic moment of need that shows you who will actually be there for you when things aren't easy. It's the ultimate way to separate the people who just talk about being supportive from the ones who actually, support you. And this is the bottom line, the most powerful piece of advice straight from Tara. If someone can't handle a simple, real-world request for help, especially when you are in a tight spot, they just haven't earned a major role in your life. Their actions, or in this case, their lack of action, speak way louder than words ever could. So that kind of brings the question back to you, doesn't it? Your show-up test doesn't have to be as dramatic as a sick child. It could be a flat tire, a horrible day at work, or just needing someone to listen for 5 minutes without trying to fix everything. So think about it. When life has thrown you those little tests, who actually showed up? No questions asked. And maybe even more important, how do you show up for the people in your life? Because at the end of the day, that's what really builds a connection that lasts.